Hello there, happy full moon. Today is September the 6th, it's a Wednesday. It is the full moon in Pisces today, and I'm wondering how you guys are feeling about it. I have been feeling very emotional, and I have a feeling that a lot of other people are as well. Pisces being a water sign, it draws up our emotions. There may be a lot of tears. A full moon itself, affects the oceans. We have tides, which are ruled by the moon. In a full moon, if you've ever seen the tide, it can be quite magical. I have some great stories about seeing bioluminescent jellyfish very high up at the surface in some really crazy full moons while I was living in Virginia. But full moons are a really powerful time for us to see the completion of our cycle, the peak of our cycle when the moon is at its fullest in the sky. It's a time when we see the fruits of our manifestations. The new moon is a good time to plant our seeds for things we would like to create in this reality. And our full moons are a time when we get to look back on that and see how the things we were working on over the past few weeks have come to blossom. And we also are able to then release whatever we decide within the cycle that really wasn't for our best interest or what isn't serving us. And it's a really powerful practice every full moon to get a journal and write down a list of things you would like to release from your life. So, just open it up, jot down a few words, write about how you're feeling, write about how this particular moon is affecting you, write about your hopes and your dreams and the things you want to release. The full moon is a really powerful time for release, and Pisces has a lot to do with our emotions. It's a really cool moon to be in. It is very kind of turbulent. It's a time when our intuition is high. The deep waters of our soul are running deep. We're learning new things about ourselves. We're discovering things. We're able to relate to other people better. Our empathy might be a bit higher at this time around this moon. And it's a pretty interesting moon. And I would also like to share with you a book that I'm currently reading called Moonology. It is by this wonderful author called Yasmin Boland is her name. She's studied lunar cycles for a long time, and she's worked with manifesting during them herself. And I'm just starting it, but it's a very good book, very good read. She talks about how you can just go out and be with the moon and just watch it. Unfortunately for me tonight during this full moon, it's very stormy and overcast, which I think has something to do with the hurricane that's happening. There's a storm system and a very interesting pressure system that's happening, which I think also could be affecting some people's emotions, and I think mine, surely it is as well. So I just really wanted to post this video to let you know a simple ritual that you can do for the new moon, or the full moon, for the full moon, is to really just sit down with a notebook, write down the things in your life that you want to release. For instance, you can just write down the simple phrase, I release anything that does not serve my highest good. And that's a really good one to write down, because you don't always know so much how to put into words what it is that you are looking for, or what it is that you're releasing, what you need to release. So sometimes you can't always see the things in your life that you need to change. But for me, this full moon, being that it's in Pisces, it's a very good time to look within and to see things within yourself, not only noticing things in others and being compassionate with them, but looking into your own self, going inward and really seeing things in your life that you would like to change, seeing how you relate to people that maybe you wish was different. So for instance, just to be totally authentic, I have realized in the past few weeks that I have a bad habit of taking things that, everything in life is your own responsibility. How you feel, how you react to things, whatever happens, you create your reality. Well, I've been noticing that I have a tendency of blaming other people for my reality. For instance, I would say, oh, well, she really hurt my feelings, or, this or that was his or her fault. And the reality is that everything is about how you perceive it. So the only way that someone can say hurt your feelings is if you allow them to, and if you give them the space to do that. So if you choose to rise above it and stay in a higher frequency and not let them affect you, and to rather just be there and hold space for them and whatever they're saying, and, just find a way to turn it into a compliment instead, to say, wow, thank you for your insight, and just kind of move on. If you can just rise above it and be, and just be on that level that you want to remain on, vibrating in that frequency instead of lowering to the other person's, it can be really powerful. And that was a little bit of a tangent, but that is something that I want to release this full moon, is the idea that anyone else can affect my reality, because they can't. I'm powerful and in charge of it myself, and so are you. So yeah, just sit and maybe meditate a little bit and think about the things that you want to release. And if you're not into meditating, well, hey, guess what? Just writing is a form of meditation, because you are fully fluid. Writing down your thoughts, free writing, you're just writing down anything that comes to you, and you're not thinking about anything but what you're thinking about. So guess what? You're meditating. There's many ways to meditate. You can do walking meditation. You can swim. You can take a bath. There's many different ways that you can meditate this full moon. Many more ways than just sitting and closing your eyes. So, although that's my favorite. But yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you have a lovely full moon in Pisces, and I'll make another video for the coming new moon. So, blessed be, namaste. Thank you for joining me, and blessed, happy full moon, and a great cycle ahead of you as well.